Let's kick things off with one of the most famous and eerie mysteries in GTA 5, the underwater UFO. This isn't some rumor. Players have actually found a fully modeled flying saucer resting on the ocean floor. If you want to see it yourself, head to the northern coast of Paleto Bay. You'll need scuba gear or a submersible because it's pretty deep underwater. This UFO looks damaged, as if it crashed into the sea long ago. Some fans believe it's connected to the Mount Chiliad mural, which also shows a UFO icon. Others think it might have been part of a bigger alien storyline that Rockstar never finished. Even though you can't really interact with the craft, it's there for everyone to see. It adds to the feeling that there's something much bigger happening beneath the surface of San Andreas. For years, players have speculated whether this ship holds any secret triggers or hidden missions, but no one has ever proven that it does anything more than just sit there, waiting to be discovered. This next mystery is all about another UFO, but this one actually floats above the map. To see it, you have to finish the game 100% and then visit the skies over Fort Zancudo during a stormy night around 3 a.m. When you fly up near the military base, you'll see a huge flying saucer hovering silently in the air. It has bright lights underneath and emits a metallic humming noise. The location isn't random. Fort Zancudo is heavily guarded, and it fits perfectly with the idea of the government hiding alien technology. People have tried everything to interact with this UFO, like shooting at it or trying to land on top, but nothing seems to trigger any reaction. It's basically locked in place, and if you get too close, your aircraft engine will fail, forcing you to fall. Many players believe this is another piece of the Mount Chiliad conspiracy, possibly hinting at experiments or secret projects. Even if it doesn't unlock any new missions, it's one of the coolest discoveries in the game. If you haven't tried to find it yourself, grab a helicopter or a jet and see if you can get close without crashing. There are plenty of dark secrets hidden in GTA 5, but few are as unsettling as the story of Merle Abrahams, the so-called Infinity Killer. Unlike many urban legends in the game, this mystery is backed up by solid evidence you can find yourself. Merle's twisted legacy is scattered across sandy shores and the surrounding areas where he left creepy graffiti, journal pages, and clues that point to a series of real murders. If you enjoy exploring every inch of the map, this is one of the most rewarding and disturbing stories you'll uncover. Merle Abrahams was a local resident in Sandy Shores who became obsessed with the number 8 and the concept of infinity. According to the game's lore, he kidnapped 8 joggers in 1999, tied them up, and drowned them in the ocean off the northwestern coast. He left cryptic messages all over his property and the surrounding desert. You can start piecing things together by visiting his abandoned house, located on the west side of Sandy Shores. Inside, the walls are covered with scrawled phrases like 8 is just infinity stood up, and they want me, they can have me, but they'll never get my people. Outside the house, there's more graffiti painted on rocks and old sheds. Some of these markings show the number 8 over and over, while others reference the ocean and a hidden burial site. Players also discovered newspaper articles pinned to the wall, describing Abraham's arrest and his eventual death in Bolingbroke Penitentiary while awaiting trial. If you want to find the bodies yourself, you'll need scuba gear or a submarine. Head to the ocean northwest of Paleto Bay, near the coastline where the map curves sharply. Underwater, you can locate all 8 skeletal remains. Each is bound by ropes and has a rock placed on top to keep it anchored to the seafloor. Rockstar even included numbered markers next to the bodies, confirming they're the victims Abrahams confessed to killing. This level of detail makes the Infinity Killer stand out as one of the most elaborate hidden stories in the entire game. Some players believe there may be more to the mystery, like a hidden reward or an undiscovered trigger that links it to the Mount Chiliad conspiracy, but so far, no one has proven any further connection. Even without extra secrets, this storyline feels incredibly creepy because it's so grounded compared to the other supernatural myths. Everything you find comes together like a twisted puzzle. Whether you think it's just a bit of dark world building or something deeper, the Infinity Killer remains one of GTA 5's most memorable unsolved mysteries. If you've ever wandered around Sandy Shores at night, you probably know this place already. The old abandoned motel looks creepy enough during the day, but at night it transforms into something way more unsettling. Players have reported hearing strange noises, everything from whispers and banging sounds sharp, unsettling cries echoing through the halls. You can find the motel right off Route 68 in Sandy Shores. It's a big, crumbling building with broken walls and graffiti everywhere. At first glance, you'd think it's just another piece of scenery, but when you explore it after dark, the atmosphere gets way more intense. Some players claim they've heard ghostly voices calling from the second floor, while others have recorded loud footsteps when no NPCs were around. There's no official explanation for why these sounds happen. Rockstar never confirmed whether this was a leftover from a scrapped mission or just an intentional Easter egg to make the desert feel creepier. Either way, it's become a fan favorite mystery. If you want to check it out yourself, bring a flashlight, go after midnight, and walk slowly through the empty rooms. You might catch something that makes you want to get out fast. Mount Chiliad is the center of GTA 5's biggest mystery, and this UFO is the proof that something strange is hidden in the game. After you complete 100% of the story, including every mission, random event, and collectible, a special encounter unlocks on the mountain. If you go to the summit during a thunderstorm between 3 and 4 a.m., you'll see a massive flying saucer hovering silently in the air. This UFO isn't just any alien craft. If you look closely, you'll notice that it has red rotating lights and the letters FIB printed across the metal hull, suggesting it belongs to the government rather than extraterrestrials. It doesn't react if you shoot at it or try to get closer on foot, but if you approach in a helicopter or plane, your engine will cut out as if the saucer has an electromagnetic field, forcing you to fall back to the ground. Mount Chiliad is packed with secrets, but some of the weirdest details are hidden in plain sight. Near the top of the mountain, players have found strange metal structures that look like big spider webs made of cables and poles. If you climb around the ridges or use a helicopter to get a better view, you'll notice these formations connecting power lines and old towers. Nobody knows exactly why these webs exist. Some players think they're just leftover props from development, while others believe they could be connected to the UFO mystery or the hidden jetpack references in the Mount Chiliad mural. The cables don't have any interactive function, you can't trigger them or collect anything, but they definitely look deliberate. They're positioned near the mural site, which makes them feel suspicious, like part of an unfinished puzzle. Whether they mean something or not, these structures keep fueling theories that there's still a secret waiting to be solved up there. Hidden away on the eastern side of San Andreas, there's a strange phenomenon that most players never notice. People call it the Golden Tree. You can find this tree near Braddock Pass, just south of Mount Gordo, in a small clearing close to the main highway. In daylight, it looks completely ordinary, just another pine tree like thousands of others. But at night, something weird happens. Its leaves turn bright yellow gold, almost like the whole tree is glowing under the moonlight. Players first discovered this years ago and started posting screenshots and videos online. Some thought it might be a glitch in the game's lighting engine, since the effect seems to depend on the time of night and the angle you look at it. If you approach it around midnight, you'll see the golden color from a distance, but as you get closer, the glow sometimes fades or flickers. Others believe it's an intentional Easter egg placed by Rockstar to mess with people or to mark the spot for a hidden secret. Rockstar has never confirmed whether it's a bug or something meant to be discovered. Still, the tree has become a small legend among dedicated explorers. If you want to see it yourself, drive out to Braddock Pass at night and look for the lone tree that seems to shine when the world gets dark. Whether it's a glitch or a clue, it's one of those little details that makes GTA 5 feel alive and mysterious. Out in Blaine County, the radio sometimes becomes way creepier than normal. During heavy rain and thunderstorms, certain stations start playing strange, distorted messages. These aren't just static, they include robotic voices, strings of numbers, and broken phrases nobody has fully explained.
Let's hear some of the messages people have left on the Truth Seeker hotline.
Users report they usually hear this late at night while driving through the desert. Fans have recorded fragments like "they're watching you" and "the experiment is not over." Another line says, "Do you see it in the sky?" which many believe is a reference to the UFOs hidden in the game. The signals often come from Blaine County Talk Radio or the emergency scanner frequency. Rockstar never confirmed whether these messages were part of a scrapped mission or just a creepy Easter egg. Some players have tried extracting the audio files, but most of the sounds remain garbled. The fact that you usually hear them during storms makes it feel like they're meant to be discovered by curious explorers. Bigfoot has been part of GTA Legends for years, ever since players claimed to spot him in the forests of San Andreas. In GTA 5, Rockstar finally turned this rumor into an official Easter egg with a few twists. The most famous appearance happens in the mission called The Last One. This side quest only unlocks after you reach 100% completion when you play as Franklin, you'll meet a hunter in the Chiliad Mountain State Wilderness who insists Bigfoot is real. He asks you to help track the creature down. As you follow footprints and blood trails through the trees, you eventually spot what looks like a Sasquatch moving in the distance. If you shoot it, Bigfoot falls over and reveals he's actually a man in a costume who insists he just enjoys wearing it. Still, Franklin seems unsure if the whole thing was fake. Besides this mission, there's an even stranger Bigfoot secret on PC and newer consoles. Rockstar added a special golden peyote plant hidden on Mount Chiliad. You can only find it under very specific conditions. It has to be Tuesday between 5:30 and 8 a.m. with heavy fog, and you must have 100% completion. If you eat the plant, your character hallucinates and transforms into Bigfoot himself, complete with roaring sounds and the ability to attack pedestrians. These two events are the only confirmed Bigfoot sightings in GTA 5 without mods. No one has ever found additional proof. Whether it's just a clever nod to old myths or something more, hunting for Bigfoot remains one of the game's most famous mysteries. Deep in the mountains north of Mount Chiliad, you'll find the Altruist cult camp. At first glance, it looks like just another group of weird NPCs living off the grid, but if you hang around long enough, you'll hear them say some pretty disturbing stuff. The Altruist cult believes in sacrificing outsiders, and players have recorded lines that strongly hint at cannibalism. Whenever you deliver random hitchhikers to the camp while playing as Trevor, the cult members react in unsettling ways. Sometimes they stand around the campfire and mutter lines like, "We all taste the same in the end," or "His flesh is fresh." Other times, you'll hear them casually talk about the feast, the cleansing, or feeding the gods. These comments are easy to miss if you don't pay attention or if you drive away too quickly after dropping someone off. The Altruist camp becomes accessible after you unlock Trevor and complete a few story missions. Once you pick up a random hitchhiker, like a drunk guy stumbling on the road or a lost hiker in the hills, Trevor has the option to bring them to the camp instead of their original destination. You'll see a special waypoint called Deliver to the Altruist Cult. Each delivery rewards you with extra money, and after you bring them 4 victims, the cult contacts you directly by text message to invite Trevor inside for the ritual. If you accept their invitation, the encounter turns violent. The cultists pull out weapons and try to kill Trevor, forcing you to fight back and clear out the entire camp. Inside their wooden cabins, you'll find cash piles and weapons as loot. There's also evidence that the Altruists have been collecting not only money and supplies, but also body parts. Some of the shacks contain bloodstains, bones, and human remains, which further fuels the theory that they're cannibals. Rockstar has never officially confirmed whether the cult really eats people, or if all the references are meant as dark humor, but the combination of the dialogue, the gruesome set dressing, and the way the mission plays out makes it feel like more than just an empty threat. The fact that the camp is hidden in the mountains far from the city only adds to the unsettling vibe, as if they've been living there undisturbed for years. If you want to experience the Altruist camp for yourself, drive into the Chiliad Mountain State Wilderness after unlocking Trevor. The camp sits on a ridge overlooking the river valley, and you'll see a big wooden gate at the entrance with the word Altruist carved into it. Linger near the campfire or the cabins and listen closely. You'll probably hear something that makes you wonder exactly what these people have been eating all this time. If you explore Mount Chiliad at night, you might spot something that doesn't seem to belong. About halfway up the mountain slope, there's a single white light that blinks steadily in a repeating pattern. It's not attached to an antenna or a tower. It just hovers near the rock face, almost like it's coming from inside the mountain itself. Fans on Reddit and GTA forums have argued for years about what the pattern means. A few claim it spells out an SOS distress call, while others think it's tied to the Mount Chiliad mural and the UFOs that appear when you get 100% completion. One popular theory says the lights were meant to hint at the jetpack or some cut content related to alien contact. Rockstar has never confirmed any of this, which makes it feel like a real unsolved riddle. Some players have tried to decode the flashes by recording video and breaking down the timing frame by frame. So far, no translation has been proven beyond doubt. One of the creepiest secrets in GTA 5 is the ghost of Jolene Cranley Evans. You can find her spirit on Mount Gordo, standing near the edge of a rocky cliff. To see her, you have to visit the spot between 11 p.m. and midnight in-game. If you arrive at the right time, you'll see a transparent woman in a white dress floating above the rock. According to the game's backstory, Jolene was married to Jock Cranley, a stuntman who later ran for governor. She wanted to stay in Blaine County, but Jock wanted to move to Vinewood. During an argument, he pushed her off the cliff and killed her. The police never charged him due to lack of evidence, but Jolene's ghost still lingers where she died. If you look through a sniper scope or get close, you'll see the name Jock written in blood on the rock beneath her feet. As soon as you try to approach, she vanishes. Unlike other myths in the game, this ghost doesn't attack or trigger any missions. She's just there as a haunting reminder of the story. You can find her on the east side of Mount Gordo, near the highest point of the cliffs overlooking the ocean. It's one of GTA 5's most famous paranormal Easter eggs, and a perfect example of how Rockstar fills the world with hidden details that many players never discover. Some GTA 5 secrets are hidden in plain sight, and this one is as simple as picking up your in-game phone. Players discovered that if you dial 1-999-367-3767, something very strange happens. As soon as the call connects, a loud buzzing noise plays and it causes an explosion over the player's head. This phone number is often called the cell phone EMP, or the detonation cheat. It was first found after the release of the PC version when players started testing random number combinations. Some people believe it was leftover code from development, maybe intended for a special mission or as a debugging tool. Others think Rockstar added it just for fun, as a hidden prank to surprise anyone curious enough to try weird phone numbers. Unlike most cheat codes, you don't have to enter a button sequence, just dial the number and wait. It works in story mode, but not in GTA Online. If you want to see it yourself, open your character's phone, enter 1-999-367-3767 and press call. If you explore Los Santos carefully, you'll see graffiti that feels like part of a hidden conspiracy. One of the most puzzling examples is the number 1807, which is painted on walls and underpasses in big red letters. Nobody knows exactly what it means. Some players think it's a date, while others believe it's part of a secret code spread around the city. Near the graffiti, if you keep going through the neighborhood, you can find a house that seems to directly reference Charles Manson's house, as you can see in the comparison image. While some fans say the graffiti hints at the Manson family, the word Manson never actually appears in the game. Connection is just speculation. Rockstar never confirmed whether this graffiti is tied to anything bigger, which keeps players guessing. Maybe it's just background detail, or maybe it's a clue nobody has cracked yet. If you want to check it out yourself, drive under bridges in Vinewood and look for the white 1807 tags painted across the walls. The Epsilon Program is one of GTA 5's strangest groups. This cult claims that humans came from aliens and follows a mysterious figure called Kraft. You can find their headquarters in Rockford Hills and play a series of missions as Michael, where you donate money, wear a blue robe, and perform bizarre tasks to prove your loyalty. Throughout the missions and on the Epsilon website, you'll see cryptic phrases like Kiflam is the way, and there are things hidden from you. Things you will never know. Some players think these are clues pointing to secrets Rockstar never revealed. Others believe the references to 12 tenets hint at an unsolved puzzle, possibly connected to the Mount Chiliad mural or the UFOs hidden around the map. In reality, there's no proof that the cult unlocks any hidden rewards beyond what you get for finishing the missions, a car, and the Epsilon robes. No extra side quest has ever been confirmed. Even so, the combination of strange symbols, vague promises, and alien talk keeps people guessing. Whether it's just parody or something deeper, the Epsilon Program remains one of the game's most memorable mysteries. While driving along the main highways in Los Santos and Blaine County, you might notice something strange on the roadside. Instead of random graffiti, there are long strings of white numbers painted right onto the metal guardrails. If you slow down and look carefully, you'll see sequences like 1258, 204, 236, 204, 20310 stretching across the barriers. Some sections even include a small yellow symbol painted next to the codes, adding to the mystery. Players have been trying to figure out what these markings mean for years. One part of the code was actually decoded by assigning letters to numbers, which revealed the phrase, "All you had to do was follow the damn train." A a famous quote from GTA San Andreas. But not every string has been cracked. There are still several sequences that nobody has fully translated, and their purpose remains unknown. Rockstar never explained whether these codes are leftover developer notes, inside jokes, or clues linked to bigger secrets like the Mount Chiliad conspiracy. They don't trigger any missions or achievements, which only makes them more intriguing. If you want to see them yourself, drive slowly along the Vinewood Hills freeways or the La Puerta overpasses and look closely at the guardrails. Solve the puzzle, you'll find some of the game's most cryptic details hidden in plain sight. Deep under Righten Canyon, there's a railway tunnel that has creeped out a lot of players. If you go there at night and listen closely, you can hear eerie howling noises echoing in the darkness. These sounds don't match any normal animal you'd find in the game. They're deeper and more aggressive, almost like a werewolf or some other creature is lurking out of sight. The tunnel is located beneath the canyon, near the river that runs through the wilderness. You can walk or drive inside, but the howls only seem to happen late at night. Players have tried recording the audio, and while some clips are hard to hear, others clearly capture a long, low growl, followed by sharp howls. These noises have sparked theories about hidden creatures or cut content that never made it into the final version of GTA 5. Rockstar has never acknowledged these sounds or given any explanation. Some people think they're just an ambient effect meant to make the area feel spookier. Others believe they're a leftover clue. If you're brave enough, head to the tunnel after midnight, turn up the volume, and see if you can hear it yourself. Mount Chiliad isn't just the tallest mountain in GTA 5, it's the heart of the game's biggest and most enduring enigma. The mystery begins with something you can't miss: the huge mural painted inside the cable car station at the summit. At first glance, the drawing looks like a crude diagram, but if you spend time studying it, you'll realize it's packed with cryptic symbols, hidden clues, and references that no one has fully decoded to this day. The mural shows a pyramid-like shape of Mount Chiliad, with a large eye drawn at the top. Below that are three smaller icons: a UFO, an egg, and what appears to be a stick figure wearing a jetpack. Each icon is connected to specific points on the diagram by lines, suggesting that they correspond to real locations or events in the world. The bottom section has 5 boxes, 4 of them marked with an X. Fans have speculated these boxes might represent collectible locations or secret triggers. The intrigue only deepens when you start exploring the mountain itself. On the backside of the summit building, you'll find the words, "Come back when your story is complete," etched into the wall. Players eventually discovered that after you finish the game 100%, meaning every mission, side quest, and collectible, the UFO icon on the mural actually comes true. During a thunderstorm between 3 and 4 a.m., a flying saucer appears above the peak, hovering silently in the sky. If you look closely, you'll notice it has FIB printed across its hull, blending alien imagery with government conspiracy. Beyond the UFO sighting, Mount Chiliad is full of smaller clues that keep fueling speculation. Scattered across the mountain are mysterious symbols, including a strange pattern on a rock that some players think resembles a spiderweb or an electrical circuit. At night, a blinking light can be seen halfway down the slope, flashing in what many claim is Morse code. Some have tried to decode this blinking, suggesting it might be a hidden message, but Rockstar never confirmed its meaning. Another layer to the mystery involves the jetpack icon on the mural. There is no jetpack item available in GTA 5's single player, unlike in San Andreas, which only added to the rumors that players hadn't yet discovered how to unlock it. For years, theories circulated that if you followed the right steps, collecting all UFO parts, reaching the summit during storms, wearing specific outfits, or performing certain rituals, you would be rewarded with a hidden jetpack. Despite countless attempts, no one has ever managed to make this happen legitimately. Adding fuel to the conspiracy, the game's Epsilon program references alien ancestry and hidden knowledge, while random radio broadcasts occasionally play distorted messages that mention the experiment and those in the sky. Some players believe all these details are connected parts of a single massive puzzle. The theory goes that Mount Chiliad is the center of a grand cover-up, mixing extraterrestrial contact, government black projects, and cult activity. A few of the most interesting theories include the idea that the UFO sighting is only the first step, and that performing additional actions, like standing on the summit with all achievements unlocked and a specific moon phase, might spawn a second event. Others think the egg symbol on the mural refers to a hidden alien embryo buried somewhere on the mountain. Another popular idea is that the 5 boxes on the diagram represent stages of enlightenment in the game, and the final X could unlock an ultimate reward. Yet none of these theories have ever been proven true. Rockstar Games themselves have only commented in vague terms about Mount Chiliad's secrets. In interviews, developers have said they enjoyed seeing players collaborate to uncover hidden content, but refused to clarify whether the mural was part of a deeper puzzle or just an elaborate Easter egg. When asked directly about the jetpack, Rockstar staff simply smiled and said they couldn't comment on that. Even today, more than a decade after GTA 5 first released, players continue to search for answers. Dedicated communities like r Chiliad Mystery on Reddit have spent thousands of hours collecting evidence, comparing notes, and creating massive flowcharts of possible connections. Every time someone thinks they found a new clue, a flickering light, an unusual sound effect, a texture hidden in the files, the speculation starts all over again. The Mount Chiliad mystery remains the game's most captivating unsolved riddle. Whether it's an elaborate prank by Rockstar or the tip of an iceberg of secrets no one has fully revealed, it still fuels countless theories and late-night investigations. To this day, explorers keep climbing the mountain under stormy skies, hoping that maybe, just maybe, this will be the night when all the pieces finally fall into place.